Hi everybody and welcome to today's stream. How are you today? Let's see, and hopefully everything is set up now. Okay, so let's see who's here today. Robert, Dallas, welcome. My channel, welcome Drew, good to have you. Fabian, hello. Trevligt Daniel, someone from Sweden, great. Okay, so we're just going to wait a little bit here, so as many people as possible can join up for this live stream today. So today's stream is in collaboration with Orchestral Tools, and we will be looking at their brand new library called Time Micro and Time Macro. It's actually a refined and like remade package sample library for their own sample player called the Sign Player. So previously they've been using the Contact sampler for their libraries, and now they have their own sample player called the Sign Player. The track you heard in the intro was, I think we heard Chamber of Adamantius first. It's from my album called Diabolical Lilith Part 2. And at the moment we are listening to A Jester's Face. So a little bit of teasers for today's scoring session, because we are going to look at these new libraries, the Time Micro and Time Macro, and see how we can compose some pieces with the new sample libraries. Right, so good to see some new faces in here too. So where from, everybody? So how's the audio? Is the audio okay? The image okay? There's always a little bit of setup before you get going with these live streams, so just bear with me here. Hi there, Kowalski. Yeah, I saw your email earlier here regarding your keystep issues with Bitwig. And I will get back to you in a few days here. Today is occupied by this Orchestral Tools Time Micro Time Macro livestream. Ah, okay. From Umeå, great. Good to see some local guys in here. Great. Ah, okay, Robert. From Amsterdam, living in Brazil. That's quite the move, quite far. Right, so it's time to also talk about the giveaway of today, because in collaboration with Orchestral Tools, I can give away 3 packages of the Time Micro and Time Macro bundle, and each bundle is worth about, I think it's 399 euros, so make sure you participate in this giveaway. It's super easy to participate. You just go to my Instagram and follow me on Instagram. Then you write a little comment you can write giveaway or whatever on my most recent post on Instagram. I think that it will be quite easy to find this the latest post, because it's about this macro live stream. So just write a comment there, follow me on Instagram, and we'll participate in the giveaway. And in about 25-30 minutes or so, we will announce the first winner in the giveaway. And then we will have 2 more, of course, later in the stream. Hi, Carl and Guitar. Hi there. I'm fine, thanks. How are you? Hi there, Mimi. Good to see you. Okay, so let's begin looking at the time micro and time macro bundles. So these are 2 like reissued and refined sample libraries from Orchestral Tools, featuring some very nice and interesting orchestral textures. Let's see if we can swap screens here. I've actually got 2 cameras set up here today, so we can have a little bit close-up look here on the keyboard. Because I know some of you have been asking and want to see how to play this, the different things I do on the keyboard too. Okay, so first out, I'm going to play you a little cue, a little music piece here that I composed featuring just a few carefully picked patches from both the macro library and from 2 patches from the micro library. It's just a short little cue, but it really showcases how versatile and how nice, and it's super easy to work with this library just to come up with great sounding ideas. So this is first out the time macro library. And you can see there's at this top layer we have 3 folders, the chronostructures combined and the individual sections. So as stated in the name here, time, these libraries is about evolving textures, evolving orchestral textures. So let's just play this little piece. And then we will dive in and look at these different patches that I used for the specific cue. But as you can see, there's tons of both individual sections here and these time orchestra patches. So there's a ton of different patches to explore, and each of these patches also work with the mod wheel, so you can like transform and morph these sounds. So you can hear there's a really dynamic playable patch here already in this one single patch. And this was the hymnus patch. And you heard there was some kind of like lively playing strings. And then as we increase the mod wheel here, we hear some choirs at the end introduced at the higher dynamic range. Fabian It's just about commenting on my most recent post on Instagram, the one that announces this time macro live stream. But I can read your name here, so I know that you're in this in the giveaway. Right, so let's play this little piece without further ado. So you heard there was a lot of beautiful textures in there and things happening throughout, although I was just, like you can see here for the harmonium, just holding like 2 keys. But of course, obviously, we have some mod wheel rides. You always have to add these mod wheel rides if you have a controller, or just paint these modulation rides to have a dynamic thing happening in the patches. So I was riding a little bit of modulation and also a little bit of volume. So this is MIDI CC7 for volume and MIDI controller change value 1 for the modulation. So that's what's happening on that harmonium. And the same thing with these irregular arps. We can just solo this instrument and listen to it by itself in here. How just one single patch sounds. So if we go into the sign player, which hosts these samples, you can see I have these Metropolis art libraries, which is also really excellent orchestral libraries, but with a totally different genre compared to the time macro and micro bundles. And this patch is called the Harp Celeste Mandolin. So you both have the harp and you have a celeste and a mandolin playing a different, like the patch says, irregular arpeggios. And I think this patch was actually from, below this track I have all the micro patches, and above here we have the macro patches. So this one was actually from the micro package. And I guess it was from the combined harp celeste mandolin. So here we have the irregular arps 1. And with all these different patches, it's a huge library. You also have these different mic positions. So as of now, I have the spot mics and the tree mics loaded, but obviously you can also load other mic positions if you want to have another type of sound. Let's load up the AB mics. So you can hear there with the AB mics you get much more of a room sound. So that's like further away from from the players. But for this piece I wanted to have a more of an upfront sound, so I actually just let the spot mics and trim mics be activated. But of course you can mix in a little bit of that AB mics if you don't want to use an external reverb or something. And for this piece I'm actually using a little bit of this new convolution reverb within the Bitwig Studio 4.3. So there's a little bit of St. Peter's Cathedral. We can actually just deactivate the convolution reverb so you can only hear the beautiful sounds of the time micro and macro by its own without any kind of reverbs. So let's play this little cue again, but without any reverb. So you will obviously have a more like upfront sound. Yeah, sorry, I had a mic muted there. I was saying that this it's really nice that a lot of the sample companies have stepped away from using the contact sampler and using their own solutions like the sine player here from Orchestral Tools, because then they don't have to wait for native instruments and the contact sampler to get updated if new technologies gets released, like we saw with the M1 Apple Silicon release, because we had to wait for native instruments to update the contact player to be able to make use of the great performance of the Apple Silicon computers. But now when we have jag fixat. So for this little cue I was hooked in the Arctic sustains, and they sound like this. So you can hear there's a lot of things happening in these orchestral textures. Right, so the next patch is the Woodwind orchestral soft sustains from the Woodwind Orchestra. So to find this patch, you go into the macro library and individual sections, and you have the high woodwinds sustains soft. You also have the combined orchestra woodwind. I think it's from this one, the sustained soft here. And the sustained soft sounded like so. Let's play a little bit higher up the range. So you can hear the woodwinds here are doing some kind of trill. It's actually a very nice sound, very authentic, like a live orchestra. And then we had the harps and vibes. So that's a harp and a vibraphone. Let's bump up the volume a little bit so you can hear the beauty of this sound. So actually, just, I mean, that's the thing with these libraries when they are inspirational, when you get inspired, you instantly want to write something. So let's just record that little thing. So I need to be careful here because I have some CC, the volume CC here that's module that's automated to 0. So basically if I move the playhead here to the right, we're not going to hear any of these as soon as I hit play here, the volume will be 0, so I need to move the fader here to get a higher volume. Let's freestyle record a little bit again. Let's just remake that. It's a little bit hard to do all these things at the same time. I can probably just put the pen aside here, and I usually can play with the pen, but let's just get rid of it for this little recording. So it's a really suspenseful sound in the vibes there. So let's get rid of these automation points, which is reducing the volume, and let's add another instrument. Let's use this low strings tremolo. We always love the low strings, and this library is has some really nice low strings too. And you can find this in the individual sections, and here you can see a whole row of different like articulations for the low strings. The same thing with the mid strings and the high strings. This is a really huge library. I'm just showcasing a fraction of the contents here. So let's hear the low strings. And as you can hear, it's just it's not like your regular tremolo low strings, or not like your regular sustained low strings. This has much more liveliness and playfulness in it. It's a really, really beautiful low string sound there. Hi there, Jay. Welcome to the stream. Okay, Carl, you made an Instagram account. Great. Just for the giveaway. Mr. Malibu, welcome to the stream. Ryan, welcome. Yeah, it's extremely versatile, this library. So let's record a little bit of low strings on top, or rather below these the harp and the vibes here that we recorded previously. So that's the harps and vibes, and let's now record some low strings. Let's see what we can find a line to record to go with that. So maybe we can do a little bit of bowing there. It maybe not the best patch for this particular piece, because I have instantly something else in mind here, just an arc happening, a dynamic arc happening, but maybe we can use this patch anyway. Yeah, so let's record that on top, or as I said, below. Yeah, we got something going there. Maybe add a harmonium here. It's a really, really beautiful patch. Or maybe some high strings. Maybe just a little bit of that E on top. Or maybe the B. Maybe we can introduce that halfway through this cue. And finally, maybe something from Shadowy. So I'm just stacking up a little bit of textures here and there in this simple little cue. Right, so let's remind you all of the giveaway today. In collaboration with Orchestral Tools, the maker of this fine time micro and time macro libraries, we are giving away 3 copies of the time macro and time micro bundle. So to participate in this giveaway, you just follow me on Instagram. That's instagram.com/Gelhein. And write a comment on my most recent post, the post that relates to this time macro micro live stream, and you will participate in this giveaway. And all the winners will be announced during this stream. And it's almost time to announce the first winner of the giveaway. maybe use a little bit of these airy sustains. They have this kind of brooding feeling to them. So at the lower dynamics you will have this kind of blowing, windy, flowing kind of sound. And then at the higher dynamics you get this kind of violin, delicate or like fragile, very fragile violin happening. So maybe that can work in the background also for this cue. Right, it's time to announce the first winner of the giveaway, and that is Les Fuller Music. Congratulations on your Time Micro and Time Macro bundle. The winners will be contacted on Instagram with a PM on the details on how you will get these packages from Orchestral Tools. Right, so the first winner, Les Fuller Music. Congratulations. Okay, so we have some choirs going on there in... So at the upper range you will have choir happening. And then when we go a little bit lower here, we will have a choir. Sorry, I was hitting the mod wheel there. Yeah, so something like that could work for the B part. You don't want to have all the sounds happening all the time in your pieces, or at least in my pieces I like to add and sparkle stuff along the way. So the songs should be like a journey. So let's just add it. That the B swell at this second part of this track. So I would also like to add some sparkling piano on this, but maybe we're going to stick to using the patches here from Time Micro and Macro just to keep it coherent. And then of course, for the final part here, we could add this oboe clockwork patch. It's a really, really nice kind of arpeggio patch. Not arpeggio, but repeating pattern, ostinato. Especially at the lower. Let's add a little bit of that on this final section, towards the climax. Maybe just add it lower, like the E. Yeah, so that was a quick little cue, and of course we could go in here and refine it with maybe some better dynamic adjustments and add some crescendo, maybe crescendo cymbals and a little bit of piano happening too. Right, so maybe let's continue and look at some more patches from the library. I think I also added... I had some cue earlier here too. Yeah, I was just testing out this hymnus, the hymnus patch. And obviously I wrote a little line. So I'm going to arrange this into to full songs later on. Let's see. There's another demonstration of using just this, the hymnus patch. Now let's listen to the pendulum morph patch. It's from Time Macro. That's also a very nice, bombastic kind of dynamic rise. Here's another little layering. Welcome Jason, welcome Shamus. So that little short cue was just the two patches, the shadowy patch and the harmonium patch from Time Macro. So you can hear, you can do a ton of intricate scoring already with just two patches or a single patch from this library. So it's a really lovely experience. especially if you want to get inspired and come up with like composition ideas quickly. You can just load up a patch here and just fire away and get get inspired. A really beautiful patch, the harps and vibes. Right, more patches. Let's just add a new track below the high string sultasto. Really beautiful patch for that delicate, fragile kind of string sound. Let's remove those MIDI clips and get into the sine player and see if we can load up some other time macro patches. Again, don't forget to join up for the giveaway today. To participate in the giveaway, you just go to my Instagram, which is instagram.com. Follow me there and write a comment on my most recent post. And you get the chance to win the time macro and micro bundle from Orchestral Tools. So we got the 2 more winners in the giveaway to draw here during the live stream. Okay, so let's go into the altered times here and see what we can find. I haven't been playing around with these that much. And on the right side here we can see what kind of mic positions that exists for this particular patch. The Morse Unveiled sounds interesting. So let's see how that sounds. That's the Morse Unveiled. So there's like a whole sound world happening in this, in each of these single patches. So if you just blend 1 or 2 or 3 of these, you will have a very intricate and nice sounding cue. And the key here is, of course, to play this with the dynamics, with the mod wheel, because then you can bring in the really intricate stuff within the patches. Yeah, really, really nice choir. Let's look at some more patches in that the altered time. So the Morse Unveiled, really nice patch. They should add some like favorites marking, so you can favorite if you find a patch that you really like. That would be nice. Okay, the paradox texture. Yeah, some really interesting textures. Pendulum winds. Is this the whoosh sound? Right, so we just have to load up a piano on this. That's just how it's gonna be. Because when you're inspired, you are inspired. That's just how it is. And let's load up a piano. Maybe if we can find something in the sign player. The orchestra of the beat, the orchestra of functions. The glamour pianos, the rune pianos. Yeah, that's a nice piano. And add a little bit of convolution, reverb, or rather a lot of it. Maybe some really long wormhole. We need something even more epic. The real holes. And we also need to get rid of a little bit of the higher dynamics. So you can do that easily here in the Bitwig Studio DAW with this velocity curve. Now we just add a little bit of compression in the end of the chain here, so we can hear more of the piano. How about the Valhalla room? Yeah, so instant inspiration from that patch. Let's duplicate this track and see if we can find another patch here in the sign player and the time macro library. Let's just jump over that the altered time and find something in the combined here, the mixed choirs. Let's listen to this sustained ooze. I'm driving this a little bit hard on the volume. I have a limiter on the end, so no worries. Hi there, Gabriel. Mr. Forsberg, welcome to the stream. Also a lot of nice textures in that patch. So we can't go through all the patches obviously, but we're going to play a few of them. So let's remove that one. Actually, I think we need to do... Really nice swell in that in this choir patch when you move the mod wheel. So that's the sustained as. Let's look at in the individual sections here again, and the mid strings. We listened to some sultasto earlier here in the stream. Let's listen to some swells or tremolo bursts. That's also nice for layering with other instruments. It's really nice sound. So you could also add that to this little cue. Really, really beautiful sound there. Yeah, so we extended the cue a little bit with that extra instrument. Right, let's look at another patch. Is it time for another giveaway maybe? So what do you think of the library so far? Individual sections again, maybe listen to some of these, the low woodwinds. Pendulum swells flutter. Sounds like a nice patch. Clockwork tonal. The clockwork patches are very nice. It's my favorites. nice to add some driving force, a pulse to a music cue. Instead of adding maybe drums or stuff, you can add, if it's a more subtle kind of music in the background, you can have these clockwork tonal patches instead. Really cool stuff. Hi there, Sir Cadogan. Yeah, definitely. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring, so that's maybe influenced a little bit of the playing here. I don't know. Just listen to my Diabolical Lilith album. A lot of Elden Ring kind of music in there. The sustained fifth drops. Also, a lot of stuff happening in that patch. It's very subtle, but there's you hear things happening all over the place, but it's subtle. Staccato. Let's go into the brass. Sustains. Marcato longs. James Horner, anyone? It's lovely. Yeah, epic. The Marcato longs. Instant inspiration again. The sustained soft open. How's that patch? Also a very nice soft open sound. So let's do another giveaway, shall we? Let's see who it is. So we're doing a giveaway today. I'm handing out 3 bundles of the Time Micro and Time Macro sample libraries that we're showcasing here today in collaboration with Orchestral Tools. So to participate in the giveaway, this is the second giveaway, we're doing 3 today. Just go to my Instagram, which is instagram.com/Gelhein, and follow me and write some kind of comment on my most recent post, and I will participate in the giveaway. Ikariana Part 2. Absolutely with this patch. Yeah, there's a lot of like Jeremy Soul, Skyrim kind of atmosphere when you have these like long sustained patches with subtle things happening in the longs, in the sustains. That's absolutely something that was in the Skyrim kind of soundtrack. Too high. Okay, great. Okay, so the second winner in the giveaway here today is Graubauf, if I got the name correctly here. Graubauf. Graubauf, congratulations to the Time Micro Macro bundle. You will be contacted after the stream here with a PM on Instagram on how to proceed to get the pack from Orchestral Tools. Basically, it's you sign up at Orchestral Tools, so you get a Orchestral Tools account, and then you give me your account name, and I hand that to Orchestral Tools, and they will update you with the library. Fabian, you're the best. Mattias Holmgren. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so let's hear some more harps and vibes. The tremolos. It's a very soft sound. Right, so for this we also have A/B and surround mics, so let's try those out. And the surround mics. Going into the red again. Just reduce the volumes here so we get a better mix. Yeah, nice tremolo harps and vibes. And maybe look at just sustained vibrato flageolets. So that's a very, very soft sound too. Maybe we can just add a little bit of compression to get that sound a little bit more audible. Let's layer that with some of the other patches. Very nice. Very, very nice sound there. So there we had that Horner trill on the fifth there again. So that's just to show that you can layer this with maybe a piano and some of these other patches that's available in. If I had one of these larger keyboards, I could probably play a lower here and add a tremolo low string and just play this as a one single patch, like so. Yeah, so that's a little bit about layering with the Orchestral Tools time micro samples. Right, so we have been looking at Orchestral Tools macro library. Now let's look a little bit more in the micro part of this library. So let's double up a track and go in here into the sign player again. A feature I really wish for here in the sign player is the ability to maybe rearrange how I have my libraries here. So maybe I want these time macro libraries to be on the top here in among my libraries. That would be really neat, because now I can't just drag these around if I want to rearrange these. And that would be a great feature. So hopefully we can have that in an updated version. The combined string ensemble with collegno tratto. Let's get rid of that old oboe patch and set the correct MIDI channel. Here you can set the MIDI channels that the patches will correspond to, because obviously you can use these the plugin here multi-timbral, so you can add a whole range of different like key switches and stuff. So we could load up, say, 4 of these patches and spread them out with key switches. And now you can see that we have these key switches. So it's a great way of like making your own key switching patches just within the plugin and set them up how you want them to be. So now you can see I can select the different patches just with the key switches. Okay, so that's the irregular arps. Where do we have the audio? It's set to, okay, so this one was set to channel 2. I need to set it to channel 1, obviously. Now it's the correct MIDI channel. So this is the irregular arps. And now I can just key switch change this. So it's not like your regular sustain patches. Good night, Fabian. Have a great evening. Hades Music, good to see you. We've had 2 winners so far. And it's soon time to announce the 3rd winner. The first one was Les Fuller Music, the second was Graubauf, and the third one will very soon be announced. Let's listen to the clockwork while we wait for the next giveaway winner. There's a really nice like rhythmic stuff happening in this patch. You have to hit the key at the same time, so the ostinato starts at the same time. To that one, you really love to make some kind of horror music, so let's add a low strings tremolo and play something really high and something really low. Totally chaos, but it can be really nice if you want to create, yeah, Sherlock strings, if you want to create these really tension kind of pieces. I guess these clockwork patches are excellent patches to work with. Right, so for the third and last winner in the giveaway, who gets the time micro and time macro library for free, is Dutch 799. Congratulations, Dutch 799, to your time micro and macro bundle. Let's just play with a few more patches here before we close down for today. So you also have individual sections in here if you want to add just flavors on top of this, like droned and more like texture patches. Cornet, sustains majestic. This is a really, really delicate instrument. We still have that low strings doubled. Let's see how the soft muted sounds. Cool patch. The flugelhorn with the trill slows motion. Yeah, you definitely need to play with the CC, the mod wheel, and the volume while you play these patches to get the most out of these, because as you can hear, that's always about the texture in that dynamic ride on the mod wheel. Multiphonics bassette horn. So these are excellent like background starter patches when you're building up a music cue, just to get you started and inspired. Let's listen a little bit to the female choirs too. Ame name. Amy name. Nice patch there too. Clockwork 8 notes. So there's definitely a lot of sounds here that you probably have never heard elsewhere. At least I have never experienced these kind of patches in other sample libraries. Very, very different choir patches. So that's definitely something that can add interest to your specific sound as a composer too. Noises. Okay, so that's so you can play like a hi-hat with a human voice. Waves in fifth. Hi there, Drew. Yeah, thanks. Happy to hear that you enjoyed the little demo here on the time, micro, and macro libraries. Yeah, absolutely Raised by Wolf patches. Maybe they were used in the score. Maybe at least for the mock-ups. Okay, so let's go back here to the chrono structures and listen to some more patches in here. The present flare. Okay. Yeah, I had a volume CC Ride 7. A little bit low on that one. I think there's some annoying bass happening here on this piano. So let's get rid of the absolute lows here. So just a basic piano and just one present flare patch, and you can do a lot of underscoring. Time micro again. So there's a string quartet in here too, so the sustain's colored from the strings quartet. It's probably going to be a totally different sound than the previous strings that we played. Also need to set channel 1 or set Omni, so all the MIDI channels will be routed to this instrument. So string quartet or chamber strings gets you a more like upfront and more tight sound. The Sherlock Holmes sound. That reminds me a little bit of the Witcher soundtrack. Anyone saw the series or played the Witcher game, The Witcher 3? let's add a bass to this one too, because we can. And a little bit of sultato. You should grab a foot pedal when you try to play that many notes and do the mod wheel ride at the same time. That's just how it is. I actually have a Moog expression pedal, but it's currently connected to the Innovation Summit in the background here. Okay, folks, so that's the time micro and the time macro libraries. And just scraping the surface of these two fine libraries from Orchestral Tools. Now, if you're new to my channel and it's the first time you watch one of my videos or live streams, make sure to subscribe, hit the like, and always write some nice feedback. That's super great for the channel engagement and making my channel grow so I can make more nice scoring, inspirational videos or whatever for you. That's just super helpful. Okay, I hope you had a nice time today, and see you in the next live stream or video. Thanks to everyone for joining in today, and congratulations to all the winners of the Time Micro and Macro Orchestral Bundle. Now, after the stream here, you will be contacted with a PM on Instagram with the details on how to achieve or how to acquire the libraries from Orchestral Tools. I hope you enjoyed this like a 2-hour demo of the Times libraries. If you have any questions or feedback, just to shoot that in the comments to the live stream or the video. Like always, have a great weekend and see you in the next one. Bye. Good night, everyone. Good night.